Hello everybody and welcome back to Synergia. If you remember last time, we were here. And we're just gonna pop right into it. I open my eyes. They sting just as I thought. I slept like crap. There's something warm besides me. Mara? Sitting next to me. I get up quickly. Hey, what are you doing? Wait. No. Just talk to me next time, you don't have to startle me. Okay, next time I'll wake you up. That's not what I mean. Whatever, I have to get ready for work. What about me? My computer's over there on the desk, to your right. And there's a bookshelf right next to it. When are you coming back? I work part-time, so I'll be back soon. You know, as much as I like it, the music's still very loud. Oh, that's weird. Seeing it in white. So the darker one is the one that we're selecting. I work part-time, so I'll be back soon. She pouts and goes to the bookshelf. As for me, I overslept once again. While she's looking through my books, I get myself ready to work and leave. Vega isn't waiting for me today, but Kyle is sitting in the company van. I hop in the back and see the new girl, Darla. I don't know if I like the van. It's too flashy. From now on, we're going directly to the site. The boss says we don't have time to go to the station, since he can just send us the briefing through the network. I'll tell you what we need to do. I won't have to look at the boss, and that's always a good thing. I have to look serious. These two cannot know that I don't give a damn about this. They'll make sure to report everything back to the station. Understood. Darla reaches her hand out to me. I think she wants to shake it. So do I. Wants me to shake it. So do I. So I do it. My name's Darla. It's a pleasure. You've seen me before, but we never got introduced. Oh, right. Vega talked about you. I'm Cila. Scylla. I'm Scylla. Priscilla. You're coming with us from now on, right? Yes, I'm in charge of the paperwork, and I can assure you, I'm a lot faster than Vega. I'm also going to evaluate you. I'm part of your I'm part of the psychology. I'm part of the psychology team in Belta, a psychologist. So they are still observing my psyche after Hoplon. After all this time, huh? At least I don't have to see that jerk anymore. Cilia. Hoplon's sex regulations enforce respect between co-workers. So what? You're from Velta. Darla smirks. I don't know if it's to please me, or if she actually found my retort funny. I might even have fun with her if I forgot the fact that they're trying to hide stuff from me. Okay, can I get a briefing? We're going to the helipad now. An android locked itself in an abandoned building down in the old part of the district. We're going in from the skylights and taking the android out to reprogram it. We're going in an airship? Is something wrong with the main entrance? The building's locked, and the elevators aren't working. I get it. I'm not complaining, I like helicopters. Do you like heights? I do, and I like the view of the district. It's pretty. I wish it was that pretty at ground level. I also like feeling the wind. I like I also like the feeling of the wind against my face. It's relaxing for me. It reminds me of my old job, before I did this police thing. You work to pay for your tuition, right? I just work for them. I don't know. All I know is I have to evaluate and take care of you, nothing more. I believe you. I'm glad. I like heights too. I can see all the people from up here, just living their normal lives, completely unfazed by my presence. That's kind of weird. What about the owners of the building? Have they said anything? The owners passed away over a decade ago. Seems like the android's been there since it closed its... Seems like the android's been there since it's closed. Since they closed it after their passing. And why are we doing this just now? Because their sons are now selling what's left of the company, and found the android when they were visiting the building to assess its value. Understood. It's not too strange for robots to stay in place like guard dogs even after everyone leaves. Although, I'm afraid this might have something to do with the hacker who's been following me. Why do you think it's weird? That thing about watching people? Are you still thinking about that? It's weird because there's a thing called privacy, and most people like to keep it, private. I've never been bothered. I've never bothered them. They don't even know I'm looking at them. They wouldn't care. Heh, that makes it even worse. We arrive at the helipad. I suit up with the rest of the team. I think we might have skipped a safety measure or two, but we're in a hurry. The pilot doesn't trust me since I almost crashed his chopper once while trying to wrestle a first-generation android on board. So he made us get on a scale before boarding. How was I supposed to know the weight limit was so small? After a bit, we're finally up high. It's only going to take a few more minutes to arrive at the building. Kyle says it's huge. Are you having fun? I guess. That's good. She scribbles something on her PDA. What are you writing? Is this related to my evaluation? That's my job. You're making a funny face. Heh. Leave me alone. I'm tired. Hey, no offense, but you're kind of weird. Has anyone told you that before? Oh, they have. Quite often, actually. Do you want me to shut up? No, I'm sorry. I didn't know. By the way, have you gotten any kind of combat training? Just the basics. I mean, I'm gonna leave if something happens. I can't, but I can defend myself if needed. How much can you defend yourself? Could you go against an illegal android? I don't think so, but Kyle was trained in combat. That's why he's coming with us. I'm not saying that you're gonna need him, but he will help if this need arises. Sure, a combat specialist. I'm gonna have to see that. Then just stay behind me. No android's better than me. Neither is Kyle. I still don't know why they sent him with me. Kyle glares at me from his seat. Is that why they call you the witch? No, that's for something else. The seizures? You had epileptic seizures, right? They called you the witch because your eyes would go white. I didn't choose the nickname. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. It was rude. Whatever. Velta managed to fix that, and they stopped. That makes me feel better. I think I judged her too quickly. She's not too bad. I still remember how Vega didn't trust me, just because of that stupid nickname. We arrived at the building. Kyle explains to me that the android's on the highest floor, so we won't have to run downstairs. What a relief. We have sail? We descend down the rope and pass through the skylight. After walking through a few corridors, we arrive at the room where the android is. is a first-generation android. As usual, it's going to be pretty hard to disconnect if the android doesn't have a safety shutdown system. What do we do now? Are you asking me? You are the leader of our group, therefore in charge of decision-making. Maybe this company is trying to test me out. So what you're saying is you'll jump in only if I mess it up? Pretty much, yeah. Okay then. I'm gonna connect directly to the android and shut it off from there. Just like always, disconnect me if I take too long. Understood. Wouldn't that harm your memory? I don't think so. The firewall should protect me in case it tries to pass through, and if you disconnect me, my brain will be just fine. I'm human, remember? I'd get an electric shock at worst. Before you connect yourself, what do you think happens? I've got to send a mission report back to the head office. I'm gonna take a look around and check in if everything's safe. Good. Regarding the report, it seems the android connected itself to an old processing unit in the building. Now, and this part is really strange. I think that while its body is a first generation, the programming was probably overwritten. You're thinking it might be a fourth generation one, right? No. I think this is related to the case we had a few days ago. A first generation model can't have a fourth generation AI. The uniqueness requires a lot more power. What other reasons could an android have to try and enhance itself that way? There could be a million reasons. I can't say I know. But there's something off about this. Kyle said the robot had been locked here for over a decade. I highly doubt its battery could last such a long time. This android was probably actually reactivated not too long ago. I sit next to the android and connect myself with its brain. I'm inside of it in just a few seconds later. The data is all over the place, just as I expected from an android that hasn't been serviced in a while. AI throws everything it has in me in a poor attempt to corrupt my own brain, until it suddenly stops. Hey, come out, we need to talk. Shh, be quiet, I need to sleep. I didn't get any sleep last night, so if I can't sleep, neither can you. How'd you get in? I need to sleep. Oh wait, it's you! This was done by the same hacker from the other day, right? I don't get a response, so I open up a path around his data, passing through multiple protocols until I get a deep enough to enforce a reply from him. What do you want? No, what do you want? Why did you connect yourself to that machine? You recognized me. I know you're the same one from the other day. Oh yes, that. But what are you doing here? I'm doing my job. You can't just hang around in this building. It's illegal, you know. My master said I could sleep here. He did not mention it was against the law. Can I speak to that master of yours? No. I do not think so. It is better if you just leave me alone. I just want to dream. Dream? Yes, my master promised it to me. I had to dream until the freckled girl arrives and then give her a message. But I could not do it. I was about to do it until you interrupted me. He seems to be a mix of first and fourth generation. Who could have done something like that? It's too much for that poor, decades-old piece of hardware. He's completely dazed. I'm already here. You don't have to keep waiting. You can just skip the first step of your order. Impossible! Modifying my orders could lead to unexpected errors. I underestimated him. The android's still trying to get me out of here. He slowly surrounds me and makes my presence unstable. It feels like there's something stronger here. What's your name? I am. You are? Sal! Oh, hello. What a coincidence. Twice in the same week. Actually, it's not a coincidence. Excuse me for my tardiness. I wasn't quite sure which android would be assigned to you, so it took a while to find you. Master, I am still sleeping, just like you ordered me to. Good job. I don't need you anymore. What was left of the old android vanished in an instant. At the data flux. Now it's just the data flux this hacker's relaying to me, and I can't see where it came from. I knew you were behind this, Sal. I just wanted to see you again. Please forgive me if it bothers you. Although, that AI turned out to be quite stubborn, and I'm sorry about that. What do you want from me? Well, I want you, but I'm not a jealous person, so don't be afraid. You can go on with your life, but I hope you don't mind if I send you a message to your data chip. You know I'm not exactly patient when it comes to petty hackers. But I'm sure I won't let you get in my brain, so start talking. What's this all about? I had to modify plenty of androids so I could give you this message. Hoplon Sec caught me the other day when I tried to trespass and I can't get there any longer, so I had to hack a lot of androids and wish for luck. As you can see, it worked. And why a 4th generation? You could have used plenty of other systems to control this machine. I've been interested in their uniqueness for a while. It's complex, as you should know. I don't have the resources to create it, though my main reason is that they barely leave any traces. And what was that about dreaming? I reprogrammed that piece of scrap. There's a lot of information out there about how to improve himself, but I didn't grant him network access, obviously. So you connected in through a local network. Kinda risky, don't you think? Tell me about it. You can't be too cautious enough against the 4th generation. That's why I have to leave now. I'm gonna bring my friend back. This time with me. I'm going to bring my friend back, this time with my message. And please let him give it to you. I can't afford to leave it traces of me in dozens of different models. Oh, and I'd love to see you in action. So good luck with my friend. Until then, Cila, take care. What? The hell, you're leaving? I'm not gonna waste any more time with you. With your games. Are you still there? Ugh! The android's data comes back into his brain. Though this time it feels slightly heavier. It was him, the master. Why did he come? You're really stupid. I need to get out of here. I'm still trapped in his mind. Not really liking this, although my defenses are still going strong. Well, the master said I've slept enough, so now I have to give you something. I have to do it. The master asked me to do it. You're not going to give me anything. You're just making me waste my time. If you are not going to help me, then do not bother me. There is a network and a thread, and I have to use it. A thread? What are you talking about? You don't get it. You don't get it, do you? Only humans can dream. You're mixing up ideals. Look, I'm gonna have to fry your brain if you refuse to let me go. The android's data starts to rearrange. It's vulnerable. This poor thing just wants to connect to the network, but he doesn't even know what that is. So he just looked up on his database for the closest thing he could find. My memory chip. That was the hacker's plan, I guess. I can keep trying to convince him to let me go, but I doubt he'd listen. I can resist and hope for the best, or just let his message go through. What is this force stopping me from moving? From this point onwards, it'll be very hard to convince him. He's just a machine and has already wrecked his own programming after his last reconfiguration. Just give up. Shutting you off is just a matter of time at this point. Why prolong the inevitable? And even if you could, that dreamland of yours doesn't even exist. What you're trying to reach is actually my brain. No, my master could not have lied to me. He taught me what to do. He told me it was not an easy task. I must do this, and you are not helping. You're wrong. Your master didn't teach you any of this. You're the one mixing up things. I still don't get why I'm trying to argue with a bunch of badly programmed data. He's constantly attacking me while trying to send me his data. I think he now detects my voice as a threat. My master gave me everything. I will not fail him. He's still trying to expand the network. Expand to the network. I don't think he can actually do anything unless he's formatted. But it's my turn to act now. Let's get out of here together. You won't die, I promise. This is my last warning. I know why the master brought you here. You are human, you can dream. I just need to use your head. He tries to expand no matter what. And while his strength is quite impressive, he's still an obsolete android. And it's my time to pull the cord. This time, I'm the one getting deep into his mind. And once and for all, finally managed to disconnect him. I feel a sharp pain on the back of my neck. Darla has disconnected me. I feel like my head's about to explode, but I'm back in the real world. The android is completely fried. That poor fool was entirely bound to his programming. There wasn't anything unique about him. Cila, what happened? You were squirming, so I broke the connection. Thank you, Darla. But you didn't have to do it. I managed to disconnect him just then, and I think you damaged his brain. I'm sorry, I didn't know. It's fine. I think I disconnected him just in time. He's most likely still in one piece, which is lucky for him, considering that idiot was trying to get into my brain. Anyway, we can take him now. If there's anything left inside of him, they'll have to take that out at the lab. I'm glad you managed to get out. I'll send out my report and catch you in the van. The boss is waiting outside. The boss? Wait a second, what are all these people doing here? There are several units in the room, including a few Velta agents. They probably came here as soon as Darla sent her first report to make sure nothing about this case goes public. There isn't a single text in the district containing 4th generation. That's not supervised by Velta. You were there all day. We were monitoring you, and we were afraid something might have happened to you. The whole day? Shit. And Mara is still at home alone. I hope she listened to me and stayed inside. It's okay. I'll talk to the boss and then wait for you. Just don't take too long. I won't. I make my way around the agents securing the area. They give me a few concerned looks. I'm glad to know not all of them are completely heartless. The company doctor stops me before I can leave. Hello, Cila. How do you feel? I'm fine. I've recovered already. What about your chip? Does it hurt? Just a bit, but they disconnected me just in time. Good, good. You still have to sign my report. You already know your contract doesn't cover medical insurance, so if you feel sick, you need to see me in a private If you feel sick, you need to see a private physician, but we're under obligation to take you there if you need it. No, I'm fine. I signed the report, and now I can finally get to where my boss awaits. There he comes. Cila, are you okay? You almost got us in big trouble. Those Velta agents won't leave me alone ever since Darla sent out her first report. The job was harder than we all expected, sir, but nothing major happened. However, the android's a bit banged up. Great. But what happened there? The android turned out to be hostile. I didn't know he was a 4th generation emulator. I'm sorry. His hardware was very old, and he acted erratically. A 4th generation? So Velta was up to something. They said they came to look over their precious daughter. I suppose that's not a big deal. I suppose it's not that big a deal, then. Just one less android. Be more careful next time. You're an important member of this company. You know how much we value our employees and take care of them. Just like a big family. You're a key piece for Hoplon Sec to keep working. You can go home now. Just make sure to sign the medical paperwork before you leave. Thank you, sir. I've already signed it. I begin to make my way towards the van. Just as I thought, the elevator isn't working, so I have to use the stairs instead. Luckily, my protocells have started working after being shocked. After being in shock from my sudden disconnection, so I don't feel tired at all. My boss's speech dragged on forever, just like always, but now I can finally go home. To be honest, this day went on quickly, considering I was unconscious for most of it. Now that I think about it, I almost forgot. It's Friday. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. I thought this week would never end. I get inside the van and take off my gear. After taking off my boots, I decided to just keep my feet bare. I think I'll do this more often now that Vega isn't here anymore. I don't think those two would mind to see my feet. Everyone looks pretty busy outside, probably even more upset now that they know what actually happened, but I don't care. I couldn't possibly feel more relaxed than I am now, alone in the dark, without anyone bothering me. All I hear is the faint mumbling of people talking outside echoing in the van's body. I hear someone opening up the door. I think my break won't last too long. It's Darla. I'm glad. I don't think she'll bug me too much. Hi! I see you've made yourself comfortable. Yeah. Join me? Sit here? She takes it very seriously, sitting next to me and taking off her boots as well. I don't know if she did it because she thought it was an order, or maybe she just felt like it. Like this? You didn't have to do that too, but it doesn't really matter. You don't remember, do you? What am I supposed to remember? I'll tell you, eventually. You've got small feet for someone so big. Thank you, I guess. Did you know 5th generation models don't have any physical differences when compared to a human? Minus the ports in their napes and under their ears. What are you talking about? I didn't even know there was a 5th generation. She ignores me. Hey. Now it's Kyle's turn to get in the van, and he doesn't even say hello to us. It's better that way. I'll just pretend he's not here. He starts the van and starts to drive over to my place. What was Darla even trying to say? Hey Darla, do you dream often? After I managed to get into the system, the android at the building said that he was trying to dream about going to a better place, or something like that. I don't really sleep much, but when I do, I don't dream of anything. Do you think you could teach an android to dream? Well, humans often think that androids leave the factory already knowing everything, but that's not true. Just like humans, they learn things over time, and plenty of them have trouble learning specific tasks. I can't tie my shoes, to give you an example. How are you supposed to put them back on? To be honest, I was thinking about that. Can you tie them for me? Haha. Okay. Well, I guess it's true. You have to teach androids to do some stuff, just like they were kids. But those often come in software upgrades, so it's not exactly the same. Cila, your job is to take back androids so they can be reprogrammed, right? Of course. What kind of question is that? Don't you think you're killing them, in a way? Killing them? We don't kill them, they're reprogrammed and then sent out to do their tasks. Unless they're old or extremely rare models. She's kind of right. But you delete everything that makes them themselves. Isn't it just like killing them? If I take out your brain and put another one in its place, then you probably won't be yourself anymore. It'll be another person in Cilia's body. I get what you mean, but humans have a sense of self-awareness, And no two are alike. Well, androids aren't exactly individuals. They can't die, just like a rock can't die. Darla, I'm pretty sure Cilia's tired after what happened today. Can we just leave her alone? You're right. I'm sorry, Cilia. You're not bothering me, Darla. Kyle looks at me through the rearview mirror. There's something about him that puts me on edge. Darla keeps quiet until we arrive at my place. I think she realized her mistake of talking too much in front of Kyle. I kind of feel sorry for her. I don't know what Velta is planning, but Darla doesn't seem to be cut out for the job. I put her shoes on and then tie her laces before I leave, which seems to considerably brighten her mood, just like a little girl. I'll see you on Monday, Darla. She gives me a smile and responds as a response, which dies as soon as she glances at Kyle. Every time I think of her as a human, I feel good. But it's been a while since I've talked to a nice flesh and bone person. But that feeling's gonna be over very soon. I pull out my keys and twist the knob of my door. Reality. Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows through it. Proverbs 4:23. I'm home. I cross my fingers and hope Mara hasn't done anything weird. After what happened yesterday, I can't expect anything. It seems like the bed is still unmade, there's dust everywhere, and clothes still littered all over the floor. I see Mara by the bathroom door. Her hair's damp and smells really good. Her skin looks smooth, and I just stay there for a bit, gawking at her. She's gorgeous, but she's just an android. What am I even thinking about? Oh, hi, Cilia. I managed to get some sleep in the end. I've been reading your... I know androids could live inside a dumpster, and not mine, but what's with all this mess? Mess? But it's just like you left it. Yeah, but why didn't you clean up? Why should I? I suppose you didn't cook anything for me either? Cilia, I'm not a housemaid. Don't you remember? That's true. But if you're not going to clean or cook, what are you going to do? I can do it without a problem, but you didn't ask me to. Now I have to clean everything. And I'm starving. I can cook something for you, if you want. Yeah. I start to wonder if getting this robot was a mistake. Although she's right about one thing. She's not a service android. Still, she should help me while I'm out of the house. I get the futon ready and sit on the couch. I haven't even changed my clothes. Mara already comes back with a dish in her hand. It barely took her any time. 2 sandwiches, and one of them has a carved heart. 2 sandwiches? What's with that heart? If you want it, you're gonna have to say the magic words. Thank you. Exactly! The one with the heart is mine. You can have the other one. Yours, but you're an android. Of course I need to eat too. So it turns out I have to worry about my food and feeding you as well. Why do you even need food? I have organic parts just like you. I don't need too many nutrients, but I have to eat and breathe. Hey, for someone who works with androids, you know very little about them. This is new. Why would you build an android that needs to eat and breathe? I think the Empire's actively looking for more mouths to feed. It seems Mara made me a cheese sandwich. I can't really complain though. I like cheese. Well, I know everything about androids up until the 4th generation. I had to study them so I could get my job. But you're a new model. You're not even up for sale, or at least that's what Yoko said. Anyway, having to eat human food is really weird, even for the latest generation android. I can also sweat, and my eyes can produce tears and more. You're not actually a cyborg, are you? I can expect anything from Yoko. No, I'm sure. Oh, yes, as I was saying before, you interrupted me so you could complain. I've been reading some of your books. I see you're very into fantasy. Yeah, I like it. It helps me unwind a little bit. Maybe they're trying to stimulate a quirky personality, and that's why she's acting this way. Perhaps they gave her random features. There was one book that caught my interest. It's called... Hey, do you use personality features? You know, like on the old models? I don't know what those are, and as far as I know, I don't. Then where does your personality come from? I doubt you're just a mere companion android. Hey, were you listening to me? What's this all about? What's wrong with my company? No, there's nothing bad about it, but you're an android, right? Are you really going to stay here just to talk with me? That's quite a boring task. Nobody's forcing me to live with you. Of course they did. I bought you. And I even have to feed you just like a pet. That's enough. Don't compare me to a dog. Nobody feeds me. I eat because I need to. And I was the one who made the sandwich. I'm the one feeding you. An android like you makes no sense. I mean, you're programming. Everything is fake. Humans are machines too. You're not any better than me. I never said that. Humans have to follow their biology. That's true. But there's a great range of variety, of variation. A machine, their code is there, unmoving, unchanging. Humans are chaotic, unrestricted. It doesn't matter how good you are at emulating us. What are you even talking about? I just want to enjoy my food. I don't think you're a 4th gen. Your behavior is so strange. If you didn't want me here, you shouldn't have bought me then. Maybe you're just another defective android. I'm not broken. Alright, sorry. You don't have to look at me like that. I was talking about that book you have on yourself. It's called Humanist Manifesto. You don't really believe that, do you? Maybe. All those books... Maybe. All those books and you have to pick that one? Yes, and I didn't like it. It's full of hate. It requires reading at school. It's required reading at school. That's why I have it. It's not like I believe what it says. She seems really concerned, and I understand why. I don't think any android could ever like that book. Mara gets closer to me, takes my right hand and looks at the scar. You have their mark. They forced me to do it. You said it was required reading. Why? Humanism. It's our official religion. You don't know anything about that? During all these years, my family never mentioned a religion based on hatred of my kind. Years? Can I know how old you are? I don't know. I was manufactured 4 years ago, I think. Or maybe 5. My memories are a bit blurry. That's a lot for a new android. Or should I say, you're definitely not new. What about you? You're clearly older than 4. I'm 29. And you really are old. Whatever you say. Anyway, they're just a group of fanatics. They won't do anything to you. They don't hate all androids. They claim humans are the only perfect machine, and everything else is just to serve them. How can you argue that? I mean, they're not totally wrong. Do you believe it? No. Times change. It's a really old book. The machines keep getting more and more sophisticated. One day, I'll find a machine equal to a human, but until that day comes, the book is right. You have one right in front of you. We'll see. And what about the cut? Did it hurt? Of course they did. They do it because androids don't bleed, or at least they didn't back when they wrote that book. I told you, it's ancient. It was just propaganda they wrote to motivate a bunch of workers who were losing their jobs. That was a long time ago. And nowadays we only keep the spiritual parts of the religion. The government just uses it as an excuse, nothing more. Okay, I'm glad to hear that. You have no reason to be afraid. You're my property, so nobody can hurt you. I'm not sure how I feel about that. It really doesn't matter. The government... Wait a second, what are you wearing? They're yours. I picked the ones I like the most. I know they're mine. But didn't you have your own set of clothes? You don't really think I'm gonna keep using my factory clothes, do you? Well, I do. It's not like I have a lot of clothes. Nor variety. I managed what I had available. I'll only keep this one, so don't worry. Everything else is still yours. Thank you for it. I have to say, this android simulation is outstanding. Going from religious topics to talking about clothes isn't an easy task for a machine. If I hadn't bought her, I'd have trouble guessing she was a human, if she was human or a robot. Did you like your sandwich? It was a cheese sandwich. So what? I liked it. Are you happy now? Yes. Why don't you tell me about your day and the interesting job of yours? It sounded fun. To be honest, I was thinking of watching TV for a bit. Not watching TV for one night won't kill you. Hey, can you give me a spare key? I want to go outside. She just won't shut up. I don't really have a problem with her living here, but I also need some peace and quiet from time to time. Sure. I like to go for walks every time I do, I feel full of energy. I didn't get to go out very often in my last home. Alright, fine. I'll give you one, eventually. Is it really that hard to get one? Do you really want me to go now? Can't you just wait one night? You're really annoying. Did you know that? I tune into the news channel before I can hear Mara's grumbling. I'll get a spare key tomorrow. Why exactly did you buy me? Why are you asking that? Do you expect me to just stay silent the whole time? Yes. Eventually, even if it's just for a few seconds. I turn off the TV. Mara isn't like Elaine, and it doesn't seem like she'll let me rest. I think she's got a point though. I already bought her, so it'd be best if I made an effort to use her. This is so strange, making an effort for a machine. It's always been the other way around, with them working for me. You've changed. Changed? What are you talking about? You barely know me. I thought it'd be fun with you. Be fun to be with you. Okay then. Can you tell me what you even want me to do? Why are you so mean to me? I'm already here, so I thought we could do something together. I'm not saying this to bother you, you just want me to be here. What's the point of that? I'm sorry. Let's go. Come on, let's go to the roof. Really? Yeah, let's go. She seems to be in a better mood now. I don't really know what we're supposed to do upstairs, but at least I can enjoy the view from there. We take the building's infuriatingly slow elevator to the roof. There's a locked door on our way. But thankfully, I own a master key from Hopland Sec. We stand close to the edge and finally spend a few minutes in silence. This city's so pretty. You mean the district. The city changes a lot from one district to another and goes out way further than you can see. Where'd you live? I don't remember. I don't remember the name. All I can remember is that we hardly ever saw the outside world. I could see the sky from an indoor patio where I used to walk. That place had white walls. They were pretty, but lifeless. You just can't compare it to this. Are you sure it was a family? That sounds a lot more like a secret facility or a laboratory. It was a lab, but that doesn't matter. My parents were scientists. My siblings were either androids or other androids. Still, I prefer to call them my family. Let's change the subject. Do you like this place? She still has memories of that. I'm starting to feel sorry for her. Of course. What about the people? Do you like them? I can't complain. What about the old android you had? You exchanged us for a reason. Now that you've gotten to know me, what do you think? Was she better or worse than me? How do you know that? I don't know, but it doesn't matter. You're here. I saw her manual in your desk. You know, I think you should go out somewhere. With me. I think you should go out somewhere with me. I should? Aren't you supposed to ask me? Where do you want to go? I'm not sure. I don't know the city. Take me someplace you like. I'll think about something. Why don't you tell me more about your family? I find it weird that you still have memories of them. How was your life over there? Pretty normal. I lived with other androids. We went to classes and had to pass tests and inspections. We had days off where we'd go for a walk. Everything was nice, but strange. They'd sometimes move us from one facility to another in some kind of trailer. I don't know why. All the scientists and professors were the same ones every time. Even all those different places always looked the same. Who were they? I mean, which company? I don't know. They never told me. They acted like we were all a family. And we were. And we were there to learn. It's like it was something normal. I never really fell for it, but I think my siblings did. I'm beginning to feel curious about Mara's creator. She's a strange android without a real task. That makes me feel uneasy. I've got to question her about it. Well, I think we should sleep for now. We've got the entire weekend to talk about whatever you want, okay? Alright. Would you mind if I sleep with you? I don't like the couch. Okay. We go back inside and get the futon ready. I give one of my pajamas to Mara. I'm not sure why, but since she's already wearing my clothes, it's not a big deal if she wears one of my pajamas. You really like to talk, don't you? I need some peace and quiet from time to time. It's not like you bother me, but just saying. Ah, that's because I feel a bit nervous. Nervous? Yes, it's dumb. When I feel nervous, I talk a lot. I just wanted you to like me and look determined. You were nervous because of me? Whatever. She just nods once again. It's almost like she's blushing. Now that I see her in my pajamas. She looks pretty cute. These latest generation androids seem to be getting fairly squishy. I brush one of my fingers against her skin. What are you doing? You're really soft. What are you made of? I don't know. Forget about it. Let's go to bed. We finally get into my bed, although we barely manage to fit inside my tiny futon. And the fact that we keep trying to not get too close to each other doesn't help either. Cila, where are we going tomorrow? I don't know. The fridge is almost empty. Why don't we go grocery shopping? You can give me my key then. We don't have to. I can order them online. Why are you so interested in that key? Are you planning to leave? I won't. But when you put it that way, it sounds as if I were in a prison. Alright, that sounded bad. I'll give it to you tomorrow. Mara doesn't say a word after that. Maybe she's fallen asleep. Perhaps I'd best try getting off to sleep too. Silence. 11 days before the Synergia incident. And can you offer me proof of your existence? How can you, when neither modern science nor philosophy can explain what life is? Ghost in the Shell, 1995. This smell. It's pouring outside, and I'm completely drenched. Everything's dark and blurry, but I can make out a few shapes. My vision improves for a few seconds, and I manage to see a sequence of images. I'm running through a metal bridge, the rubber of my boots squeaking against the wet iron. I suddenly come to a halt. I can see something. Someone. I hear a scream. It's my own voice. Don't do it! Quick 3 quick gunshots, one after another. Bodies collapse to the floor, and I drop my gun. I can see a trail of blood in the water, but it's not coming from them, but me instead. My right hand is wounded, bleeding. I wake up sweating and coverless. I was just having a nightmare. Mara is still in the bed sheets. She's still sleeping, so I get myself ready before waking her up. I take a shower and pour myself a bowl of cereal. I don't think I'll bother her. She looks cute when she's sleeping, and I can barely recognize myself. I'm taking care of an android all over again. I'd better learn how she works. Part of me knows she's just an android, but another one is starting to forget, and it's pissing me off. I stare at her while I eat my cereal, and turn on the TV once I'm done to see if she wakes up. It doesn't seem to work. I have an idea. I'll go out, pick up her key, and give it to her once she wakes up. That way she won't pester me about going out again. It shouldn't take too long. I go down the elevator and walk to the closest tech support booth. It's terribly cold outside. I put my card inside, and then after less than a minute of waiting, the machine gives me a copy. I feel like such a lazybones for not doing it before. It was so easy. The hard part was to get motivated. It seems like she still hasn't woken up. I pat her head a few times. She gets up and rubs her face. She's still sleepy. I can't help but remember she's a machine whenever she acts in such a realistic way. But somehow she seems even more human than me. Every time I look at her, my curiosity about how they programmed her grows. Good morning. Good morning. Come on, go wash your face and come back here. Quick, quick. She's taking it very seriously. She runs to the restroom and comes back a few seconds later. What's up? I give her the key. There you go. I got it while you were sleeping. Finally! Thank you! She tries to hug me, but stops herself before she can do it. She looks afraid. Huh? Now she actually hugs me, but moves away quickly. The smell is a mix of my own smell and sweet fragrance. It's nice. Very different from the plastic smell Elaine had. Hey, are you okay? Of course I am. Why do you ask? You were screaming in your sleep. I think you were having a nightmare. So you were awake? Maybe. Don't worry about it. Nightmares are a common thing with humans. We get them once in a while. I know, I get them too, but you were screaming. I'm fine. Stop thinking about it. Alright, so where are we going? It started to rain, so I don't know if we should go out. Will something happen if you get wet? Of course not. Just take an umbrella and let's go outside. Although, I don't know this city. I know, but this rain. Why don't you just go by yourself? You already got your key. You're coming with me. Ugh, okay. Why am I following her orders? She's my robot. Still, I find it more bothersome to argue with her instead of just going out for a walk. Let me get dressed. Mara gets ready, and then we leave my place. She's completely fascinated by the storefronts we pass by on our way. She seems to like this district. After walking for a few minutes, a commercial android approaches us. Excuse me, miss, do you have a moment? I noticed your arm is a Skyfield 001A model, and I would like to inform you that there is a favorite maker, that your favorite maker, Corpro Industries, has released 68 models with superior capabilities to yours. I will now explain these upgrades in detail. Do you agree with this? I don't agree. I'm in a hurry. Go away. You just had to bother me in this exact moment. Mara's distracted, looking at displays while sheltered from the rain, bathing in the neon lights from the shop, awing. You may not know this, but since you are already a proud owner of a model older than the True Limbs series, you will get a 30% reduction on your next purchase at Corporal shops. This offer includes our newest memory chips. You just need to give us your old model. I already told you, I'm not interested. But our new models have the cleanest, most sensitive skin in the market. I'm sure your partner will be absolutely delighted to stroke your new soft hand. Are you sure you're not interested? I walk off to ignore the android. It seems to finally understand. It starts to look for its next prey. Thank goodness. I walk up to Mara. Come on, Mara. We'll never get to the place I mentioned at this rate. You never mentioned any place. Look at those androids. Aren't they cute? Aren't they cute? I don't like them too much. Wouldn't you like to buy one? I already bought you. They're third-generation androids. They're very plain. I'm used to them. You can tell they're machines as soon as they open their mouth. Are they different from me? Yeah, a lot. Okay, so where are we going? A record shop. Records? Do you mean music? I'm talking about DVDs. This is an old form of data storage. I have a small collection, and I want to see if they got something new. Let's go then! The store isn't too far away, so we reach it in just a few minutes. There aren't any other customers, like always. Although, this place looks as good as ever. As soon as we walk through the door, Mara runs to the shelves. Getting lost in them, she's very curious. I guess I'll greet old Harold. Oh hey, Lily. Is Harold here? Hi, Celia. It's been a while. No, he has not. No, he went to get a new shipment. Shipment? Yes. Mara appears out of thin air and stands next to me. Is she with you? I'm Lily. Nice to meet you. She's with me. Her name is Mara. Are you a nurse android? I used to... old Harold, but... Old Harold. The store's owner bought her when the hospital was going to throw her away. She's a first-generation android, with a ton of hardware upgrades, and a few cosmetic ones. Ah, I like your clothes. Thank you. I like them too. Harold says they give the store a great mood. Mara grabs my arm and drags me over to one of the store areas. Synth pop? I already have everything here. Where do you keep them? I haven't seen them at home. In my closet. Do you like them? I do. I've never heard anything like it. And their aesthetics are incredible. It's really old music. Older than the mechanical revolution. Maybe even older than the first settlements. It fits you too. It's dark and a bit depressing, but passionate at the same time. Very funny. And where do you play them? I have a DVD player at home, but this isn't their original format. We don't actually know what that was. All we know is that they were re-recorded onto these discs, and unlike the originals, we managed to preserve them. Which one will you buy? I don't know. I've got to take a look first. Before I can say anything, she grabs one of the discs and puts it on the player. On the shelf. Even if this were her first time, she learns to use it really quickly. These machines, and they're fast at learning. What do you think about it? It's hard to listen to. Haha, not everything here's good. I should get you something better. One day I'll give you a tour of the shop. Most of this music needs you to try your best while listening to it. I really like music, don't you? Who doesn't? I know, but you're the first person I know who listens to plenty of genres and takes music in such a methodical way. That's more like a basic human behavior. It makes boring music moments a bit more tolerable. Don't you listen to music at your old home? Sometimes, but it was always classical. They would play it in the hallways, and I couldn't hear very well. I get it. That's kind of sad, even for an Android. You can use my DVD player whenever you want. Thank you! Now have you learned how to listen? What do you mean? You can't just listen a few seconds from a song and movie and move on to the next one. You have to be more patient. If you really like a song, you can try and guess what the author was trying to convey when creating a piece. We'll never know because almost no information has been kept about many of these authors, so it's a fun thing to do. Mara grabs another disc and listens to it without replying. It seems she doesn't care about my musing. I should have guessed. Or maybe she's unable to reply once I get into deeper, more complicated topics. Did I just find her weak spot? I grab one of the discs I still don't have in my collection and take it to the counter. I'll listen to it at home. I'm taking this, Lily. Perfect! So how's business? Is everything okay? Our customers are really loyal. Even if they disappear for a while, they always end up coming back. There's not too many, but they help us keep this place afloat. So it seems we'll be here for quite a long time. I'm glad to hear that. What about Harold's health? Last time I came here, he was kind of sick. He is better, but still has not made a full recovery. His body is very old, after all. And what will happen after he passes away? Because it's gonna happen one day. He said he will leave this business to me. I don't think that's legal. I don't think he cares. Well, thanks anyway, Lily. Take care. And tell the old man I said hi. I will, but please come back again. I look for Mara. I have a hard time finding her, but I managed to do it. I have to drag her away from the store. She's completely smitten with the place. Probably tried over a dozen different albums while I was talking to Lily. Can't we stay here a little bit longer? You can listen to most of this music in our house. I'll let you use the player. But it's not the same. We can come back one day, and you can spend the entire day here if you want. Promise? Promise. Alright, where are we going now? I wanted to take you somewhere. It's a surprise. Do you want to go? Oh, I like that. Of course I do. Come with me then. I wanted to take her to a mechanic in the industrial area. I don't feel like I'm capable enough to open her up and check her manufacturer, but I'm sure they'll know something about this new model. I was afraid she wouldn't come if I told her, so I decided to keep it a secret. Besides, even if it's not exactly a tourist attraction, this area is still kinda nice. I'm sure she'll like it. It's far away, so we have to take the floating train there. Mara's still watching through the windows, completely spellbound, and doesn't mutter a single thing for the entire trip. It's here? There's nothing here, just those huge buildings. It's not a building. Look closely. We have to jump down. We'll have to jump down that opening. I'll go first, okay? I said I wanted to look at the city. Are you sure we came here for that? Trust me, just watch your step. Mara doesn't look too convinced, but I know she'll go anyway. I walk down first to make I walk down first to make sure the stairs are safe. I wait for Mara, who shows up quickly, walking down while covering her eyes. I told her once she reaches me. Good, see? No big deal. You can open your eyes now. It's beautiful! I know. So what is this place? Our refineries. But if you want to be more specific, we're in the old residential area. It's pretty much abandoned, but they still have a few mechanics here willing to do unconventional work. What do they use it for? Oil refinery. They're workers who lived here. Their workers used to live here, but they soon were replaced by androids, so this area is obsolete. The factories over there are Velta's. It's where they have their android assembly line. It's not exactly the best area, but it's not a bad area. It's one of the safest too. That machinery's loud. You'll get used to it. And they don't mind having the illegal mechanics living here? I guess they came up with a deal, or something. It's a good place. You don't really talk to me about your job, you know. I work at the police station. It's nothing special. Maybe it's not special, but you work with androids. You probably don't see that too often. It's not exactly common, you're right. I was really into androids a while back, so I looked for a job where I could see a lot of them. But that's of the past. I lost interest over time. Yet you still bought me! I'm just saying, I don't find them as interesting as I did before. And I'm repeating myself, yet here you are, with me! You're right. Maybe I should return you. Oh. But I never met an android, so, like you, I still need to figure out how you work. What? One of those mechanics will check you up. I want to take a look at what you have inside. I'm just waiting for them to open. You can't live without knowing. You can't live without knowing how I work, can you? Other androids might not seem interesting enough for you, but I am. Even if you don't accept it, you're going way too far to prove I don't have a real personality. I just want to know your manufacturer. Don't go putting words in my mouth. I don't want you to open me up, especially without asking me first. I've got the last word here. You've been saying that ever since we met, and I still don't know what you want to see. Just tell me. Mara, if you actually have feelings, that means you have a conscience. Therefore, you possess singularity to some degree. Singularity is illegal. If I'm going to live with an illegal android, I should at least know about it, don't you think? And you're willing to let a cheap mechanic open me up? There's good mechanics here. You'll be fine. Meh. Alright. At least it means you'll stop asking. It won't take too long. I know it might seem dangerous, but it really isn't. I've been here before. Mechanics are calm, nice people, and they'll rarely get into trouble. Illegal androids, on the other hand, are actually dangerous. Do I look dangerous to you? I've barely reached your shoulders. You never know. I've seen smaller ones cause a lot of trouble. Androids without any kind of safety restrictions can be really unpredictable. That's what you're afraid of. Me doing something you wouldn't expect. I'm not afraid of you. Don't be silly. Of course, that's why you brought me here. I don't know. Your programming is weird. I'll take that as a compliment. Hey, what does repo deposit? What's repo deposit? It's written everywhere. It's the old owners of these refineries. Everything in this district's owned by some big company. Even I work for one, Heplon Sec, a security firm. And now we'll learn who made me. Do you have a prime suspect? You're probably a corpo model. They're making pretty much every android in the district, plus they have a lead when it comes to new technology. Everything will be fine as long as it's not Velta. They're never up to anything good. Are they dangerous? If they are, I really hope they didn't make me. They are, but only if you go against them. Actually, I heard they were up to something. We're gonna go to their headquarters in order to investigate something. but the mission was cancelled in a mere second. So they're more like a mafia. Kind of. Still, it's not like I care about what they're doing. I'd rather not interfere. One of the garage doors opens. It's the one I was looking for. I make my way there, with Mara following me. I hope they work well. Hello, ladies. What can I do for you? I brought my android. She's a new model, a kind of weird one. I want to know if you could take a look at her. A new android? A 5th generation? Ah, a 5th generation. Corpo's almost done with them. She's not the first one I've seen. I've taken a look at least a few test models. Mara glances at me and steps back. She seems scared. I put my hand on her back and push her towards the mechanic. Calm down, girl. It won't hurt. I need you to take off your clothes. Is it really necessary? These new androids have a very delicate skin sheet. They aren't as easy to open up like old models. Relax. Trust me. Mara takes off her clothes very slowly and sits on the metal examination table. Ah, very cold. Mara gives me one last look before the mechanic connects to her and turns her off. Her operation system doesn't have any kind of brand or trademark. How strange. Can you open her up? Of course, but we've got to let her open up by herself, or we risk damaging her skin. Her skin seams. It isn't my first time doing it, don't worry. The mechanic carefully opens Mara's head, and the pieces move away immediately. How interesting. What is it? When I take a look at Mara's head, I see the worst possible thing I could imagine. Very few people know that symbol. It's Velta Lab's unofficial seal. They'd never risk leaving their actual mark on something they wanted to keep secret. So Mara's probably an illegal android. I don't know that company, do you? No idea. You can stop now, I think that's enough for me. The mechanic ignores me and motions to remove one of Mara's skull pieces. I just want to take a look. I told you to stop. As soon as his hand gets close, Mara turns on again, and the previously lifeless pieces that cover her brain begin to beat. A dark red liquid starts flowing through the clear tubes connected to her brain. It's blood. What the hell? This thing's alive! This is not a damn android! Mara's brain suddenly closes, and all the pieces automatically move back into their places. The mechanic recklessly pulls on the cable connecting them, and Mara cries in pain, blood flowing from her ear. I didn't know how to react until I see him grabbing the wrench from the back. Help me! He tries to hit Mara with the wrench, but I manage to stop him by gripping his arm. What the fuck do you think you're doing? Let me go. She's a monster. We have to destroy her. What are you talking about? She's just a bioroid. So you knew it! Even if it's organic, that's still artificial brain. No, I've seen bioroids before. Not a single one would pump red blood, or be like an actual human. I can't be related to this thing in any way. He breaks my hold and once again gets ready to swing his wrench. I push Mara away with my right hand and use my mechanical strength against him, leaving him on the floor. Ugh, you're really gonna defend that thing? Putting it above an actual human? I kick him in the face, making him writhe in pain. I press my knee against his back and punch his nape with my metal arm. I don't stop hitting him until he hits the floor, until I feel the floor tiles with my knuckle. I see Mara sitting up with her hands over her head. Seeing her makes me come back to my senses. Are you okay? She crawls away from me. I'm sorry. Did he hurt you? I didn't want to. My ear hurts. Her hearing sensor must be completely destroyed. Cila, your eyes! I feel a sudden throbbing pain in my head. Everything turns dark. I wake up slowly. I'm outside the garage. What happened? Mara's sitting next to me, her ear and her hand still covered in blood. Cila, are you okay? You had a seizure. Ugh, not this shit again. I'm fine. My head just hurts a little bit. How are you? It still hurts. We have to get away from here. I feel the need to protect her. You're really delicate. Let's get the fuck out of here. I reach out my hand. What's wrong, Mara? Come on, it's all over. You don't have to worry. Mara takes my hand and I help her get up. I look at her, looking for any other damages. Don't touch me, it hurts. I have to fix your ear. I can't leave that just hanging there. Then I think about it. Does it really hurt? Why would they make an android who can feel actual pain? What a stupid design. It's not stupid. Your brain knows when you're having a damaged piece, just like any other android. Shut up! Can't you stop criticizing me for one moment, even now? Come on, let me cut that thing. I use my mechanical hand to hold the cable between my fingers and stretch it until it breaks. It was easy. It seems like the pain has gone away, but I feel bad for her. It doesn't hurt anymore, thank you. But now I can't hear anything with this ear, and it's all your. I'll get it fixed. Don't worry about that. You could simply trust me. No matter who my maker is, you killed that man. These mechanics always keep a memory backup in the database. You can get a new body. I had to destroy his head, or he'd have turned us in. Turned us in? So, am I illegal? Yes, very much so. Are you going to turn me to the police? I am the police. You don't have to worry about that. Let's just go home. Mara and I walk to an emergency exit. A tunnel followed by a set of stairs leading to the top. We take a floating train home. I suppose I should never go back to that place again. Your eyes went white when you were fighting, and then you passed out. It's been a while since the last time that happened. It's some kind of trance. I don't remember when they started, but I thought they'd gone away forever. But you stopped him from killing me. Yeah, but still, I'm sorry for bringing you in the first place. I'll never make you go through something like that again, but I need to know if you have a singularity. Why is that so important? 4 years ago, Velta developed a new android generation, the 4th generation. They used a self-improvement technique, an automatic learning, which supposedly made each and every one of them unique. But the same day they went on sale, those androids tried to take over an entire district. The police managed to keep them out of the network and turn them off, but a lot of people died in the process. Ever since then, any kind of development in the singularity is illegal. And then, you're here. 4 years later, with Velta Lab symbol on your brain, and a personality so human-like that it's impossible to tell that you aren't actually one. I need to know what you really are. If I'm so important, why hasn't Velta tried to get me back? That's a good question. I'd like to know how Yoko got you in the first place. We're going to have a really long talk the next time I see her. Still, I feel safe with you around you. It was actually a good day, and it was a really good time before we got to that factory. This day isn't over. We can do something once we get home. I don't know. You owe me. Why? It hurt my ear because of you. Okay. What do you want to do? I'll think about it when we arrive at home, so you know how to fight. She doesn't seem upset over what just happened. Of course I know. I'm a cop. Was it hard to learn? Kind of. It's hard to fight against metal rivals. I'm lucky to have my prosthetic arm. Everything happened so fast. It's amazing how you managed to react to everything. To be honest, I don't remember it too well. All I know is that I wrecked his memory chip. I don't like fighting. By the way, you did it you almost looked like a dance. I need to use martial arts when I'm going against someone physically stronger than me. But seeing how delicate you are, I think pacifism is probably the way to go for someone like you. Thinking about it, where can I find a new eardrum? I guess I'll have to ask Yoko Her internal design is way too strange to try and fix myself, and I can't risk taking her to another mechanic. The sun begins to set, but I don't have to wake up early tomorrow, so I don't mind actually. I even feel like I'm hanging out with Mara now that I feel calm again. It was months of just leaving my home and going to work, and then coming back home and just repeating the cycle. I'm starting to give up on my understanding of her programming. It's completely new, and absolutely nothing what I've learned. I guess I'll have to coerce Yoko into telling me. We're finally back home. I choose to sit down just by the window and watch the rain. Mara sits right next to me, of course. Do you wear black for any particular reason? All your clothes are just black. I just like black. Where'd this come from? It's not just the black clothes. I wouldn't have said anything if you're completely gothic, but you're definitely kind of gloomy. You're a good person deep down, I think. I don't know what you're talking about. I just happen to like that coat a lot. An old friend gave it to me. Don't you like it? Not exactly, but it fits you. Actually, everything about you fits you. You wear black coats, police, seem kind of bleak, listen to electronic music. You almost look like you came out of a novel. And I'd like to know which novel you came from. The mechanic called me a monster. Do you think he was a believer? I don't know. We don't have many believers in this district, but you never know. You shouldn't think too much about it too much. The important thing is that we managed to leave that place safe and sound. Kind of. What about you? Do you believe in God? I never really thought about that, but I also thought you didn't really have to believe in God to be a believer. That's right. There's always a concept that takes its place. For example, the humanism God is the human body. Of course, that's a very romanticized way. I don't think I could ever have humanism as my religion. You're kind of a walking anti-humanism symbol. Heh. You've been surrounded by that for your entire life. I think I'm starting to understand why you're so interested in learning about me. I've never really given it a thought, but maybe it is one of the reasons. Until now, every new android generation would just agree with humanism. Actually, androids are just a copy of a human, a mere expansion of the human race. If you learn something about me, I want you to tell me. Alright. So if you don't have any believers in this district, who's that miser with a cone over his head, who has posters everywhere? This cone miser is our Prime Minister. Working under Arth the Emperor, he's very close to the royal family, but deep down he's just another ultra-humanistic politician. Thankfully, the previous government got everything done regarding android protection laws. You're safe, don't worry. So what are my rights? You don't have any. It's more like people have to respect my rights as your owner. I guess that'll have to suffice for now. You've no other choice, sadly. My bed's still unmade, so I just flop onto it. Mara checks the fridge. I think she's gonna cook something. I hear noises outside, and police sirens, so I look out the window to see what's going on. What happened? It's a Velta Labs van. It crashed. An accident? No, you rarely hear about accidents when it comes to Velta, but I don't really care about it, to be honest. There's barely anything in the fridge. I'm gonna cook an egg. That's the only thing that hasn't expired in it yet. Do you want one? Sure. I sit down and look at her while she cooks. I'd help her, but I think I'd only get in her way. It's kind of weird. Mara reminds me more of a roommate instead of an android. Like Elaine was. I get goosebumps every time I remember that she was just a machine, and it bothers me. Having to deal with so many androids at work has affected me deeply, and now I find it hard to enjoy their company. But I have to admit, Whoever programmed Mara is a genius. No matter the situation, she always reacts in a real way. She's probably even too human for this district, in which everyone acts according to a set rule, according to a set of rules and policies, myself included. She's done. Mara brings 2 boiled eggs sitting on a pair of spoons carefully as to not lose balance. Why'd you bring them like that? They're gonna fall. If I take them with my hands, I'm gonna burn myself. That's why you have to dunk them in cold water before peeling them. Or you could have just used a bowl. You only have 2, and they're dirty. A cup? Dirty? And all of them. Before she can give me my egg, she takes a bite out of it. It's not too hot. Hey, give me the other one then. That one's mine, but you can take a bite if you want. She puts it in front of me, my face. I take a bite, but it scorches my mouth. Ah, it's burning. That's why I bit yours. She blows on her egg until it gets cold. We finish our meal in complete silence. I feel uncomfortable. She stares at me the whole time. Was it good? I mean, it was just an egg. Again? Ugh, it was delicious, thank you. Why don't you help me clean the dishes? That way I won't struggle with the spoons. I nod. It only takes a few minutes when we do it together. My sink's very small, so I can't have too many dishes, even if I try. After changing my clothes, I give Mara my brand new toothbrush. That makes me think. Mara, have you showered since you came here? Do you need to take baths too? Of course I do. What sponge did you use? Yours? Ah. She sneaks under my arm once I get closer. Do you really have to be here? Can't you just wait? No. After that awkward moment, we head to the futon in silence. I can't sleep. Mara was completely out within 10 minutes. I quietly get up and walk over to my terminal. It seems that Yoko's online. I choose to enter with my avatar. I know she prefers this over text. Yoko. What's up, silly? How's the android? That's exactly what I wanted to talk about. Why don't you tell me more about her? Manufacturing process. She acts too human-like. Don't you like it? Thought you were sick of robots being so cold and repetitive. Yeah, but still, I think it's weird. Why would anyone build an android without any real purpose? Of course she's got a purpose. She does that with the 4th generation, couldn't but be human, you know? So you knew it, even if she's still a bunch of code, a really well-programmed one, but code nonetheless, right? I knew what? She's living with you, so you can have a friend. Nothing else. Didn't you buy her for that reason? I find it hard to be her friend. Every time I remember she acts that way only because she's following her rules. I don't know. I don't like it. I know it's all fake. What if I never told you she's an android? I think there's more than enough important stuff you didn't tell me. What's up with all these questions? Do you want to return her? How did you get Mara, Yoko? I told you. I can't say it. I don't think telling you would fix any of your problems anyways, alright? You're right. Because you stole her from Velta Labs. And there's no way I can fix something like that. I don't know what you're talking about. Are you sure you can't trust her? Just because she's an android? Don't you think there's another reason for that? What else could it be? You always had a real fragile self-esteem, you know? Don't change the subject. Can't talk about it right now. Gotta go. Don't think you're getting out of this. I'll see you very soon. Don't sweat it. Good night. I log off the HoloNet. Maybe Yoko's right. And maybe I'm just overthinking. I've been paranoid for years, and it's only gotten worse ever since they demoted me. Maybe this whole thing's over who built Mara, or why they did it, isn't a big deal, but I can't stop thinking about it. I need to sleep. I'll think about this tomorrow. It's too much for me. I haven't been involved in a situation like this in a really long time, and I don't think I'm ready for it. Project Mara. But we're going to leave off right here. 10 days before the Synergia incident. This is getting good. This is, well, getting good in quotation. It's not bad. It's okay. It's good. It's decent. But we're still going to leave off right here. So thank you everybody for coming and watching and joining us today. If you like what you saw, how about you take some smile? If you didn't, then oh well. Thank you so much, and have a great night.